Have you ever stood in the silence of your room, staring at the ceiling with tears in your eyes, wondering how you'll feed your family tomorrow? Have you ever whispered a prayer so broken it didn't even sound like words anymore? You fasted. You prayed. You gave charity. But the debts grew. The anxiety deepened. The nights became darker. You ask yourself, is Allah listening? Why does relief feel so far away? Now imagine this. Even the greatest of mankind, the most beloved to Allah, Prophet Muhammad, peace of Allah be upon him, once stood at the edge of worldly exhaustion, burdened not just by his own needs, but by the crushing weight of his human suffering. And in that moment, he turned to Allah, not with complaint, but with dua so powerful, so deeply resonant, that the angels must have paused to listen. Dua that could break the cycle of poverty. Dua that could unlock sustenance from the unseen. Dua for you. It was in Medina, early days. The believers were few, their enemies many. Resources were scarce. Hunger was common. And the Prophet, peace of Allah be upon him, though the leader of a rising ummah, often went days without food. He tied stones to his stomach just to dull the pangs of hunger. One day, with dust on his face and pain in his heart, not for himself, but for his bibawl, he made dua that would echo through the centuries. He raised his hands and whispered to the Lord of the heavens and the earth, a prayer so full of trust, humility, and divine intimacy that scholars say it opens doors closed to most hearts. The dua itself is a treasure from the lips of the beloved, peace of Allah be upon. In that sacred moment, the Prophet, peace of Allah be upon him, said, Allahumma akfini bihallika an haramik, wa aghnini bifadlika amman siwak. O Allah, suffice me with what you have made lawful so that I may avoid what you have made unlawful. And enrich me through your bounty so that I am not dependent on anyone besides you. This is not dua for greed. This is dua for dignity, for independence, for a life where only Allah holds your leash. The Prophet, peace of Allah be upon him, didn't ask for palaces. He asked for halal sufficiency and divine enrichment. And Allah answered. Through barakah, the Prophet, peace of Allah be upon him, became a man who could command armies, support orphans, and feed the hungry, without ever becoming enslaved to this world. Scholars like Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali describe this dua as one that elevates the soul above dependency and anchors the believer in divine provision. And throughout Islamic history, countless souls have clung to this dua in their lowest moments. Right now, you may feel like your world is falling apart. Debt, sickness, loss. Or maybe it's not physical, it's emotional. You're tired of pretending you're okay. Then istub. Just istub. Breathe. And in the stillness of your night, while the world sleeps and only your pain is awake, go to sujud. Press your forehead into the earth and cry out, Allahumma akfini bihallika an haramik, wa aghnini bifadlika amman siwak. Say it again, and again, until it pours from your heart like a flood of surrender. Imagine the heavens opening. Imagine angels carrying your dua upward. Imagine Allah, the most generous, saying to it, I heard you. The call to your soul. Dear heart, know this. Your rizq is not in the hands of your employer. Your sustenance is not locked behind closed doors. Your value is not measured by your bank account. The Prophet, peace of Allah be upon him, left us this prayer as a key to freedom. A path of dignity in a world addicted to debt, fear, and scarcity. If he, who could command the mountains, still turned to Allah with this dua, then how much more should we? Allah never abandons those who trust him. وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلُ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. Whoever has taqwa of Allah, he will make a way out for him, and provide for him from where he never imagined. Surah Talaq 6-5, 2-3. The Prophet, peace of Allah be upon him, didn't just teach us to pray. He taught us to believe in our prayers, to layif them, to trust them. So trust this one. Recite it every morning. Whisper it in every sujud. Let it flow from your tongue as naturally as your breath. Final words, a global call to action. If this dua touched your heart, share it. Don't let the ummah suffer in silence when there's a dua like this waiting to be revived. Leave a comment below telling us how it moved you. Click like if you believe the Prophet's words still carry light. Subscribe to this channel if you want more duas that can change your life. Share this video with someone who feels like they've hit rock bottom. Because maybe, just maybe, this is the prayer that finally opens the door you've been banging on for years. And when it does, don't forget to say, Alhamdulillah.